Next on ECN, a regularly scheduled meeting of your Edinburg City Council. On the council, Mayor Omar Ochoa, Mayor Pro Tem David Salazar, Council Member Dan Diaz, Council Member Jason De Leon, and Council Member Jerry Lozano. Sitting in as advisors, City Manager Mayra Ayala and City Attorney Josie Ramirez Solis. And now, live from the Edinburg City Hall, the Edinburg City Council.
Good evening, everyone. Time now is 6 p.m. We are opening this regular City Council meeting. Looking around, I can see that all City Council members are present, so we have established quorum. Let's please begin with a prayer. And tonight we'll have Pastor Alexander from First Baptist Church.
Good evening. Let's pray. Heavenly gracious Father, we thank you again for the opportunity to come and do the business that you have called our people and our leaders to in the stewardship of our great city. Lord, even in this time, I pray that you would grant our national leaders wisdom as they deal with international relations, and that you would protect all of our service people who are serving us, having sacrificed their lives, their time, Lord, in service of giving us the freedom that we have, where people can come and express their ideas, and we can be led by those who serve the people. And so, Lord, may everything that happens tonight be in honor of those servicemen who are giving their lives, servicemen and women who have given their lives, but also, Lord, to glorify you. Just thank you for this country. And may whatever resolution comes to, whether it come to quickly in the Middle East, where people would also have some freedoms that we share here as well. Lord, we praise you. We love you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right, and now we say the Pledge of Allegiance. Could you all start us off on that? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great job. Thank you. All right. Next item, certification of public notice. Madam Secretary.
Yes, sir, Mayor. The meeting was posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act on February 26, 2026 at 5:30 p.m., sir.
Thank you. Disclosure of conflict of interest.
Yes, Mayor. Under state law, local government official is required to disclose the substantial interest for themselves and certain family members and abstain from voting on matters related to such a conflict. Are there any conflicts to disclose related to any matters on today's agenda?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item is mayor's report, and I'm going to steal the city manager report and talk about some of the city events because I'm just so excited about them. For the first one, though, I do want to invite Ronnie Laralde, Executive Director of the Chamber. Is he here by any chance? No? Not yet. All right, let's give him a couple minutes, and if not, then I'm going to take what he had to say. But this coming weekend, we've got the Hometown of Heroes half marathon coming up. It is a wonderful race. For those of you who might have seen it, it was about a week ago we had the unveiling of all of the hometown heroes who will be honored at each of the mile markers. There's 13 miles and a half marathon. And so we've got some wonderful people who will be out there. We've invited each of them and their families and friends to come out and celebrate with us, be physically present at each of the mile markers. If you don't want to run a half marathon, it's okay. There's also a 10K component, a little bit shorter, if you want to make it out there for that. Registration is still open. Packet pickup was available starting today. It'll also be available tomorrow at our Parks and Rec Center from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then there will also be packet pickup on race day starting at 6:30 till 7 a.m. that morning for all of the early birds. So wonderful event. Really looking forward to the Hometown of Heroes half marathon. I did see Ronnie come in, so I'm going to go ahead and give you an opportunity. Ronnie Lalde with the Chamber of Commerce as the Executive Director. Fiesta Edinburg is getting kicked off, and so if you could please tell us what everybody can expect.
Good morning. Good morning. It's been that type of week, right? Good evening. Ronnie Lalde, Executive Director of the
You're
Edinburgh
already
Chamber.
sunburned on day one, Ronnie.
And CVB, yes. No, I lost all my hair today with the wind.
So did I.
But yes, as you know, we're dealing with some wind issues, but everything's good. We're set to go. Carnival is starting today, and it's a 4-day event. So it's a great event happening at Bird Ogden Arena. I want to thank the City of Edinburg for its continued support, the EDC, and all our businesses that are part of it, especially Bird Ogden Auto Group. And so it's a 4-day event. The Carnival's on Thursday, Carnival's on Sunday, happening at Bird Ogden Arena on Friday. Tomorrow we're going to have lots of food vendors, craft vendors. We have Lucha Libre. We also have Contacto Animal, a dino show, lots of local musicians, a lot of great entertainment happening. And the admission is 10 and under, and adults or 10 and over are $7, right? So that's admission. And then, of course, we have music inside the Bird Ogden Arena, and we're headlining with Randy Rogers. Saturday, we're doing it all over again. Same fees apply, and we're just ending with Palomazo. So a lot of great entertainment for everyone. You don't have to leave Edinburgh to have quality entertainment. So we're happy to have everyone come out. We invite the public, our surrounding cities, and they can get more information on edinburgh.com or call our office at 383-4974. So thank you all for always supporting, and it looks like to be a great weekend.
Excellent. And thank you, Ronnie, for everything that the Chamber does. Fiesta Edinburgh, this is our 57th one. It is a very proud tradition here in the city of Edinburgh, so I hope everybody will come out and partake in the festivities this weekend. Next item is the Edinburgh Municipal Court Amnesty Program. If we have a representative from the court, Maribel, if you would like to talk about this, or I have some notes you can talk about it.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. Maribel Velasquez with the Edinburgh Municipal Court. Just to advise the citizens of Edinburgh and anybody else, defendants, that they may have anything that is pending, warrants or anything. We did start our amnesty program on the 23rd of February, and it is going through April the 30th. So this is their opportunity to pay whatever they owe. We are waiving the failure to appear or the violate promise to appear also, which is about $185. So they just paid the original offense. Also, they can make arrangements if they can't pay in full or anything like that. Now, the other benefit that we do have is that we are having our outreach docket, the mobile court, which is tomorrow, March the 6th, and that'll be from 2 to 7, and it'll be at El Tule, which the address is 700 East, I think, South Veterans in Edinburgh, and it'll be from 2 to 7. So the judge will be there, staff will be there, so this is their opportunity to take care of whatever they may owe. So, and of course, we're there also at the municipal court to help anybody that needs anything. Our phone number is 956-289-7797. And like I mentioned, we're there. So till 5:30 that we're there.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you, Maribel. So
Thank
yes,
you.
you hear it, everybody. If you've got some outstanding tickets, no big deal. Now's your time to come in, pay those off, save some money.
Yes. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
All right. Next up are proclamations and recognitions. So item A, if the secretary can read the caption on that, please.
Yes, sir, Mayor. Presentation of proclamation recognizing Juan Jose Flores, Systems Manager, Utility Systems Department, for his 35 years of service to the City of Edinburgh.
Mr. Flores, please come on up. Madam Secretary, if you can read the proclamation, City Council will come down and take some pictures with you, sir.
Yes, sir, Mayor. Juan Jose Flores, Systems Manager, Utility Systems Department. Whereas Mr. Juan Jose Flores was employed by the City of Edinburgh Utility Systems Department on July 9, 1990 as a servant foreman, and whereas on November 16, 1998, Juan Jose Flores was promoted to Collection Distribution Supervisor, and whereas on January 24, 2000, Mr. Flores was promoted to System Superintendent, And whereas on October 5th, 2020, Mr. Flores' position was reclassified to Systems Manager. And whereas Mr. Flores attended numerous trainings where he received and held the following certificates. Certificates of training. Texas A&M University Systems, Water and Wastewater Training. City of Edinburg NTC Supervisor Training. Certificates of attendance. M&H Kennedy Valve. Texas Municipal League Intergovernmental Risk Pool. Employment Law Seminar. Edinburg Volunteer Fire Department ICS 400 and 300. Emergency Management Institute FEMA IS 700.A. FEMA IS 800.B, and certificates of completion. Texas Department of Health, Texas Natural Resources Conservation Commission, certificates of employee appreciation, and numerous City of Edinburg training acknowledgments. And whereas Mr. Juan Jose Flores received and held the following certification licenses. Class B Water Distribution Operator License, Customer Service Inspector License, Water Distribution Operator License, and Class 3 Wastewater Collection Operator License. And whereas Mr. Flores was awarded various letters of commendation and appreciation, and was the Employee of the Month, July 2008. And whereas on January 30th, 2026, after 35 years of service, Mr. Juan Jose Flores retired from the City of Edinburg. Now therefore, the Mayor and Council of the City of Edinburg, Texas, by power vested in them and then by law, hereby recognize Juan Jose Flores, Systems Manager, Utility Systems Department, for his years of loyalty and dedicated service to the City of Edinburg. The Edinburg City Council would like to express their gratitude and wish him a happy retirement.
Mr. Flores, the floor is yours if you'd like to say anything.
Mayor, council members, I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve this great city. I also want to thank Mr. Carmona, Mr. Martinez, Mr. Tom Reina, Jay Sainz, Ms. Myra, and all the departments that I work with. Also, our staff, because I was blessed to work with a whole bunch of great people. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Just have a quick speech for Jay. Today we're celebrating an incredible milestone. After 35 years of dedicated and outstanding service with our city's utilities department, Juan Jose, or everybody knows him as Jay, right? Flores, has retired. As Clarice mentioned, Jay began working for the city back in 1990. Throughout his career, Mr. Flores worked his way up through the ranks, eventually becoming Systems Division Manager. In this role, he was dual certified in both water and sewer. So in water, he had the Class B water distribution, and in wastewater collection 3. He was also responsible for managing 52 people and overseeing 487 miles worth of water line and 402 miles worth of sewer lines. Most importantly, he helped ensure that our residents continue to receive water and sewer services. This position came with many late night calls, required responding to water leaks and sewer issues at all hours of the day and throughout the year. His dedication and commitment helped keep our city running smoothly and ensured our community was well served. Jay was also the go-to person for anything related to the city's utility infrastructure for many engineers and staff members. His knowledge, experience, and willingness to help made him an invaluable resource to the department and the city as a whole. On behalf of the Utilities Department, I would like to thank him for his many years of service, dedication, and hard work. While we will greatly miss him, we congratulate him on the well-deserved retirement and wish him the very best in this new chapter of his life.
If I may say a couple words, guys. Mr. Flores was invaluable to us. I actually tried to connect him to the computer and the GIS to get everything out of him. His nickname was the mainframe. When I first started in Public Works, and we encountered a sinkhole, and I was like, well, we need to find the water and sewer. And they said, well, call Jay. So I called him, hey, Jay, I'm over here at 18th and Ebony. where's that water line? And he goes, is the palm tree still in that corner? I said, yes, sir. It's about 3 feet to the left, 6 feet down. And that is a true story. You would ask him exactly where it was. That's how knowledgeable Mr. Flores was. And not only, he taught me on requirements of different areas, so I do appreciate him, and he'll be greatly missed, and he was a great asset to the city. And thank you for everything, Jay. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you so much, Mr. Flores, for your decades of service, and thank you very much to your family. I know it makes an impact on everybody, right? You are literally on call all the time because the water and sewer service is so vital and so important to all the residents. Thank you so much for all the sacrifices you made and for all the sacrifices your family made in service of our great city, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Next item is item B, if the secretary can read that caption.
Yes, sir, Mayor. Presentation of proclamation recognizing Joel Pulido, Police Officer 3, Police Department, for his 28 years of service to the city of Edinburg. I will now read the proclamation for the record. Joel Pulido, Police Officer 3, Police Department. Whereas Mr. Joel Pulido was employed by the City of Edinburg Public Safety Police Department on June 2, 1997 as dispatcher. And whereas on January 4, 2002, Mr. Joel Pulido transferred to Police Officer 1. And whereas on January 4, 2003, Police Officer 1, Joel Pulido, was promoted to Police Officer 2. And whereas on November 20, 2017, due to meet and confer agreement, Police Officer 2, Joel Pulido, was reclassified to Police Officer 3. And whereas during his service with the city, Police Officer 3, Joel Pulido, attended numerous trainings where he received and held the following certificates. Certificates of Achievement, Texas Commission on Law Enforcement, and the State of Texas Silent Hero State Emergency Communications. Certificates of Attendance, Texas Municipal League Intergovernmental Risk Pool. Certificates of Completion, Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service, Texas Department of Public Safety, Texas Association of Property and Evidence Inventory Technicians, Power Phone Law Enforcement Dispatch / Crisis Communications Training Program, Texas Department of Public Safety Law Enforcement Academy, Hidalgo County Sheriff's Academy, and American Law Enforcement Radar and Training. Certificates of Training, Texas Forensic Associates, and FEMA IS 00200.C. And whereas Police Officer 3, Joel Pulido, received and held the following certification licenses: Telecommunication Operator License, Intermediate Peace Officer Certification License, Advanced Peace Officer License, and Master Peace Officer License. And whereas Officer Pulido was awarded numerous City of Edinburg acknowledgments of training, certificates of employee appreciation, and received various commendation letters. And whereas on January 5, 2026, after 28 years of service, Police Officer 3, Joel Pulido, retired from the City of Edinburg. Now therefore, the Mayor and Council of the City of Edinburg, by the power vested in them by law, do hereby recognize Joel Pulido, Police Officer 3, Police Department, for his years of loyalty and dedicated service to the City of Edinburg. The Edinburg City Council would like to express their gratitude and wish him a happy retirement.
Mayor Ochoa, council members, Ms. Ayala, yes. Chief of Police, my wife and our children. I never imagined ever being in this position. As an early young man starting a career in law enforcement, you just want to do your job, go home safe, and do the right things. One thing I really took great pride is customer service. Make sure that I serve the city well, and that of my mom, who was my mother and father raising me and my brother. She did tell me one day, make sure you don't ever get in trouble. Represent the name, tall and proud. Don't be calling me in case you go to jail, because I ain't bailing you out because I need the money for the light bill. True say. There's many adventures in law enforcement, and one thing that I really stand tall and proud in is that I assisted in 26 murder investigations, trial, cross-examinations, and to let you know, each one were found guilty by the court of law and that of the jury. It brings me a closure to them the loss of their loved one, and make sure that I made a change to that family, to the city of Edinburg, of building that foundation that it goes to court, that my name was part of that, and I assisted in that. And again, so many, I could go on, but I know we're in time. And
It's okay. You gave us 28 years. You can have a couple more minutes if you want them. It's okay.
My wife, Juliana, just when things that were at the point of my life were a standstill, she came into my life, and we both helped each other heal and be able to rise above those obstacles. And through her support, I love you and I thank you. And the city of Edinburg. It's a great city, wonderful city, and I thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Officer Pulido, for your many years of service. The 4-time All-American City is what it is because of employees just like you. And thank you so much for letting us borrow him for so long. It made a true difference in community safety. Thank you.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Okay, next item we have is item C. If the Secretary could read the caption for that.
Yes, sir, Mayor. Presentation of proclamation recognizing the RGB Flames 11U Black Team for winning first place at the 7th Annual Capelli 210 Countdown Classic Tournament in San Antonio. RGB Flames 11U Black. Whereas the RGB Flames Volleyball and Basketball Club is based in Edinburg, Texas, and is locally owned by Charlie Lopez. And whereas the RGB Flames 11U Black Volleyball team demonstrated exceptional athletic skill, perseverance, and sportsmanship by competing in the 7th Annual Capelli 210 Countdown Classic Tournament held in San Antonio, Texas, one of the most competitive youth volleyball tournaments in the state. And whereas this prestigious tournament brought together 96 elite teams from across Texas, including teams from San Antonio, Laredo, La Vernia, Austin, McAllen, and surrounding regions, showcasing the highest level of youth competition. And whereas through determination, unity, and excellence on the court, the RGB Flames 11U Black Volleyball team emerged as first place champions, earning the distinction of being ranked #1 out of 96 teams competing in the tournament. And whereas this remarkable accomplishment reflects the commitment of athletes, the guidance of their coaches, the support of their families, and the strength of the Edinburg community that continues to invest in youth development, leadership, and sportsmanship. And whereas the RGB Flames 11U Black Volleyball team is made up by an outstanding group, number 24, Maya Mancias, number 14, Valentina Herrera, number 11, Ayana Vino, number 10, Araceli Beltran, number 8, Raslin Ladoc Rodriguez, number 20, Danelli May Torres. Number 4, Lilian Salinas. Number 7, Alexa Rios. Number 5, Penelope Ocañas. And number 17, Brianna Buenrostro. The team is led by head coach Alexa Beltran and assistant coach Sidney Alvarez. And whereas the Edinburg City Council proudly recognizes the RGB Flames 11U Black Volleyball team for their achievements, their dedication, discipline, and teamwork brings honor to the community. Now therefore, the Mayor and Council of the City of Edinburg, Texas, by the power vested in them by law, do hereby recognize RGB Flames 11U Black.
I guess I'll say a little something.
Yeah, please. I was going to say thank you, girls, for leading us off in the Pledge of Allegiance. We don't do that very often, but I would imagine that the #1 volleyball team in the state, right, is good on your feet. So please, go ahead.
Yes, I'm very proud of especially our 11U Black. They're first right now in state, and we have like 12 traveling teams. We're here, and I want to thank you, Mayor and City Council for recognizing us, and also Mr. Rios for giving us an opportunity to, show what we have. Okay, we've been in existence here at 16 years already. I've been coaching for over 34, but that's another story. But I do want to thank you, and we do have, like I said, 12 teams, and we provide service for the community in many different ways. We have privates for our little ones and up to the older ones from 6 to 18 years old. Okay, we go over biomechanics and technique and the depths of playing volleyball and understanding the game. But we also have We also provide traveling teams and general sessions, and those, they can give us a call at 956-460-9115, and we can give them all any information they need. But again, I want to thank you, and Coach Alexa has been working hard with these little girls, and I'm very proud of her. Okay, but again, hopefully we can bring some more teams on board. We do have our 13U ranked 17 in the state. We have our boys. We also have traveling boys as well. They were ranked 6th in the state 2 years ago. And then we do have other teams that are very highly ranked. Okay, my 12U 33, my 12U red, 46. I can go on, but again, I do want to thank you very, very much for the opportunity to be recognized as well. Okay, thank you very much, guys.
Mayor and City Council, just wanted to recognize some of these girls are from the Parks and Recreation sports that we provide here for the city. 3 of them actually come from when they were 4 years old, 5, and started the sport. Some that didn't know that this would be the sport they would fall in love. So it's something for the future for you guys to look at. There were over 300 teams that were competing in that tournament that they were at, which creates a lot of people to come over to the sport and bring them to the city of Edinburg. So for future reference, you're hearing the numbers are there. You're seeing that the talent is here. And I think overall with the city, with all sports, we have talent. But I wanted to point that out, that 3 of the girls that are on this team were Parks and Rec girls going into the RGV Flames, an institute that provides the extra, and they've done really well. So good job to you guys.
Congratulations.
Would any of you all like to say anything? Your opportunity? No? All right. Well, thank you all so much for putting Edinburg on the map, showing the rest of the state what we have down here. Great job. And to the parents, where are you all? Could you please stand up? Because you deserve a round of applause as well. Excellent. Keep up the great work, girls. All right. Looking forward to big things from you all. Thank you.
No pressure, but come see us when you win this next tournament, okay? No pressure.
Excellent. All right. Next item on the agenda are public comments. Are there any registered public comments?
Yes, sir, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. The Edinburg City Council allows for a specific portion of the City Council meeting to be dedicated to public comments. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes. I'll be taking time. Please note the public comment period is not interactive. The Council may not respond to public comments. At this time, Mayor and Council, there are 3 public comments. The first one is Daniel Hernandez regarding inspection.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. This is more of a follow-up. I was here last year pertaining to stormwater pollution plan inspections. Recently moved down from the Houston area, bought a beautiful home here in Edinburg, but quickly realized that we weren't meeting or implementing inspections for stormwater. There's dirt, soils, debris on our streets, which I know shouldn't have been there. I did have a conference call with the Public Works, with the city engineer, with the SWIP inspector, and one of the city managers. And then I invited the Texas Environmental Quality to attend. He was not allowed to. I invited my HOA director. We were informed that at that time that SWIP only applied to commercial lots. I did not agree with that. I didn't agree with that. They informed our community that because our lots aren't, 3 minutes go by fast, that our lots aren't big enough to qualify. I did put a complaint to the Texas Environmental Quality. They did have a discussion with the city, and the city agreed that they should be implementing inspections on lots that are smaller than 1 acre, but bigger in a big subdivision, right? So I'm glad the city is doing inspections like that to keep our storm sewers clean of trash and debris. I also want to give a shout out to your permits group. I know dealing with builders is not a good thing, but I'm glad to see that our city has our back and can help us out when they can. Thank you.
The next public comment is Ms. Diane Teeter regarding taxes and downtown parking garage and water rates.
Good evening, Diane Teeter. I'd like to offer a different perspective on how our city taxes are spent. I shop, visit, and live in downtown Edinburg, and I've repeatedly heard dissent about the downtown parking garage now under construction. Consider, how many people can buy a house outright and not take out a mortgage? Municipal bonds work much the same way. They let a city invest today in infrastructure that will serve the community for decades while spreading the cost fairly over time through interest payments. The downtown parking garage is exactly that kind of long-term investment. As Edinburg grows, our arts, culture, entertainment center, the ACE, the outdoor amphitheater, and our expanding network of restaurants, shops, and small businesses are drawing more people than ever. This garage isn't just a place to park. It's an economic engine. More parking means higher event attendance, stronger sales tax revenue, and more foot traffic for the businesses that anchor our downtown. It supports property values, encourages private investment, and helps create the walkable, lively district Edinburg residents have consistently asked for and are enjoying now. By using bonds, the city is making a smart, forward-looking investment that strengthens our economic and cultural core. Now, about water bills. Yes, Edinburg residents are facing a steep rise, about 67% over the next 5 years. Let me repeat that, over multiple years. To lessen the strain on residents' budget, Edinburg's phased approach spreads the burden over time. And as water becomes scarcer and as state actions on the Rio Grande, including barrier installations, raise concerns about long-term river management, the real question becomes how Edinburg ensures that essential services remain reliable and affordable while planning responsibly for long-term water security. Across the valley, every city is confronting the same pressures. Hotter summers, shrinking river flows, and rising treatment costs. The city must invest and think about the future. And lastly, it was uplifting to see our Texas Supreme Court justices come to UTRGV for hearing the arguments on the Open Beaches Act. I'm sure the mayor enjoyed it as much as I did, as well as all of the audience, which involved many young people. To see something like that was truly engaging and forward-thinking. Thank you.
The next public comment is Christine Clifford regarding Team Mario Superhero 5K.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. My name is Saul Chavez, and I'm here with Team Mario. We would like to invite you to our 11th annual Superheroes 5K for Autism Awareness and Buy Fun Walk. The event will be on April 11, 2026 at Edinburg Municipal Park. It will take place from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. This event helps raise autism awareness and celebrates our community, families, friends, and supporters will come together for a fun evening of walking, running, music, and community. Thank you. Okay. Now it's my friend Jay's turn.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members and community. My name is Jace Reiner, and I am here with Team Mario. I am also a proud resident of Edinburg, Texas. The Team Mario 5K Autism Awareness and Buddy Walk will have tons of resources and many agencies there to share information with the community, and we encourage everyone to come out and join us. Also, the Star Wars and Special Forces will be there. We encourage individuals with autism, parents, providers, teachers, and the entire community to come out and meet us. All right, now let me turn it up to Ben.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. My name is Benny Salinas III. I am a resident of Edinburg, Texas, and a proud member of Team Mario. Like Jay said, please come out, join us. You can register on our website at www.teammario.org. If you'd like to enter the 5K or Buddy Fun Walk, or just come out, we will have free goodies and activities for everyone. We would be honored if you join us and help support autism awareness. Thank you for your time, guys. And we hope to see you there.
There are no further comments, Mayor.
Okay. Seeing as there are no further comments, we'll move on to the ordinances. I'll note for the City Council that items A, B, C, and D are all similarly situated as special use permits for long-standing city events. I would ask and invite a motion to approve items A, B, C, and D in one motion. Is there such a motion?
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second. Any objection to that motion? Hearing none, the motion passes. Moving on to item E. Is there a motion?
Motion approved.
Motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion to approve and a second. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion passes. Move on to item 9A. The Secretary could read the caption.
Yes, sir, Mayor. Consider variance request to the City's Unified Development Code, Article 3, Table 3.102-1, Single-Family Detached Lots and Building Standards for Residential Primary RP District, Side Yard Setbacks for Sapphire at La Sienna Phase 2 Subdivision, as described, located at 4498 La Sienna Parkway, as requested by Meldon and Hunt.
Is there a motion on this item?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Motion to approve and a second. Any discussion?
Yes, this is, we've discussed this development and this part of the variances to kind of accomplish their plan of the swirly streets, so to speak.
Good evening. I'm Acevedo, Planning and Zoning Director. No, council member, this is for the annexation of a tract of land.
Sorry, we already passed that one.
Oh, that one's
Oh, yeah.
We're jumping forward to 9A. We're on the first variance.
Okay, so those two variances, council member, are for the side setbacks. They want to be at 5 feet instead of 6. It's two subdivisions that are located side by side.
Correct.
At La Sienna Parkway.
But it's the same one that we talked about, that they've shown us in the past, they've come further variances?
Correct.
Okay. That's all I wanted.
So it's a 1 foot difference?
It's a 1 foot difference.
So
it's actually 2 feet, right?
Total.
Yeah.
Correct.
One on each side.
2 feet. Okay, so any little changes, they have to come back to and get another approval for any little minor change?
Not if they meet the setbacks. I mean, if they want more than 5 feet or a setback that's further reduced, then they would have to come in.
Okay. Yeah. And is the applicant here?
I believe a representative from Meldon and Hunt is here.
Do you mind coming up?
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council. Marlon Garza with Meldon and Hunt, representing the developers for this subdivision. As Mr. Acevedo was explaining, we are requesting to reduce from a 6 foot side setback to a 5 foot side setback. We had previously presented this item to you all before, as you all are aware. essentially what they're trying to accomplish, some of their larger home models on some of these lots go into what would be the 6-foot side setback by maybe half a foot or so. So they're just trying to comply and be within allowed to be within 5-foot setback instead. It's not on all of their lots. It's just on a select few. It's just easier to go ahead and do a blanket variance on the entire subdivision for phase 2 and phase 3. We had already gotten this approved for phase 1. And so yes, if y'all have any other questions, I'd be glad to answer.
Did you say you had come for this specific variance before?
Yes, sir. Not for phase 2 and 3, but for phase 1.
Okay. All right. So on phase 1, you already requested this enlarged home variance, correct?
Correct.
But on these phases, you haven't. So this is not a repeat variance request? Just making sure.
Right. For phase 2 and for phase 3, this is the first time that we present this variance for them. We're just doing it just to match what it is that we're presenting on phase 1. Keep it the same for phase 2 and phase 3. They have the same model homes for the entirety of the development, so they're just trying to get that accomplished across the board.
Had you already come for variances on this particular development?
Yes, sir. This was the one that I believe it was a council meeting ago or two. This was the one where we presented the block length variance and then the rear setback variance.
And how come this one wasn't presented at that time?
We were still reviewing whether or not to submit it. One, we were in discussion with staff since we realized that the UDC is going under some evaluation for revisions on it. We had heard that this was one of the topics that could be potentially revised or not. At the end of the day, our developer and partners and other engineers on the project decided to go ahead and submit the variance for phase 2 and 3 to ensure that if there is or isn't changes to the UDC, we can have that matching side setback from phase 1 along to phase 2 and phase 3 so that there is no impact on their model homes throughout the development.
Okay. Are there any other variances that you're thinking about and holding back for a future meeting?
This is, I want to say the last and final one.
Are you saying that, or you just want to say it?
No, these are the same variances that we submitted for phase 1. There was no other variances that we have submitted. We don't have intended to submit any other variances. The block length has been addressed. The rear setback has been addressed. The only one that we had not submitted for phase 2 and 3 that we did submit for phase 1 was this side setback variance that we're presenting tonight.
Okay, so no additional variances on these, right?
No, sir.
Okay, great. What is the staff's recommendation on this?
Staff's recommendation was denial. P&Z did approve it, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We recommend denial because once you have the homes so close together, the eaves come even closer. So the potential from a fire to spread from one home to the other is there.
And that's my big concern, right, is safety, right? We have these rules for a reason. I mean, you know, the 5-foot setback on its own is already pretty narrow. And that was something that was revised in the recent UDC revisions. And so I don't know. Like I said, the safety concern, right, is something that I do care about. Is there anybody available to comment on the safety concern of enlarged homes in a subdivision? Chief?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Omar Garza, Edinburg Fire Chief. If you do allow this variance, we would recommend that there is if you're going to reduce the separation of homes, that E be protected. And by building code, they can do it, so they have to do some limited construction, limited combustible material on that E part of the home. So if the variance is approved, they will still have to comply with building the home to the building code, which like Jaime was saying, that part that overhangs into that 12-foot separation would have to be rated, fire rated.
And is that something that they have to comply with? Yes. Or is that a condition that we have to impose?
Yes, in order when they apply for their building permit, that would be imposed on them to build it to that way.
Okay. Does that help to reduce the concern of a spread of fires, but not eliminate it? What's your opinion on that? So, I mean, I'll be fully transparent, right? Like, this is something that is concerning to me because I agree, right? You have kind of an easier spread of fire, right, if one home catches on it. So what I want to know, right, is how concerned you are about this. And if this is something that you feel is eliminated because of building materials, that'll make me feel a lot better. But if it's not eliminated, I want to know that too.
I mean, it's not completely eliminated, but it does help reduce the spread of fire from one home to the other. But there's a lot of things that come into factor also. I mean, wind speed, if we have a day like today, a 30-mile wind, that's going to contribute to the spread of fire. The way the fire originally started, it's going to contribute to it. So there's a lot of factors that contribute. The faster we get there, the hydrant, so all that comes into play. But your original question, it's not a fail-safe, right? Like if you build it like this, they're not going to catch on fire, right? Because there's so many different conditions that vary.
I mean, I'd like to know what P&Z said. Any comments, kind of what the mayor's concern is?
5-1.
It's 5-1, the vote?
No, P&Z approved it unanimously.
Unanimous. What was their general discussion?
I don't believe there was any discussion on this item.
Is this something that the planning and zoning department is considering revising in the UDC, setting this setback limit even smaller than the 5 feet?
In the initial talks that we've had, the consensus has been to leave it at 6.
Okay.
And not reduce it further.
All right. So as of now, at least, right, the current status of the recommendation, which I suppose may change because we have a little bit more time, but the current status of the recommendation is that we not change this setback requirement.
That's correct.
Okay. And why is that?
There's other zones that allow for, like they can apply for the townhome zones, and that one currently allows for a 5-foot or reduced setback if fire rated on the sides. But on residential homes, we want to keep it at 6 feet for the safety factor.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. Is there any other instance that this is allowed when it also causes the same concern? So townhomes, we do allow 5-foot setback as long as they're fire rating. Apartments, the same, right? Because
I've seen some apartments where they have to do the fire rating on those eaves in some subdivisions as well.
And what about in other cities? Is 5 foot also considered something that you have to ask for a variance or for a single family?
In most cities, it's 6 feet.
6 feet. So it would require a variance.
All right. I don't expect you to know, but I'm going to ask anyway, right? I mean, what's the market's desire for having houses so close to each other? I mean, to me, if I was looking at a house and trying to buy one, I wouldn't want to be able to see my neighbor through my window, right, for example. So do we have any even anecdotal evidence about does the market actually want this?
I'm not a realtor, so I can't answer that question, Mayor, but I will say that in these particular lots, the roads are serpentine roads, so the lots are irregular. So it's not going to be 10 feet all the way through because the lots are kind of flare open. Mm-hmm. So it'll be 10 feet in some areas, but then it'll be greater in other areas. So it's not a typical square lot where it's going to be 10 feet all the way through. But
okay.
Hopefully we can have some of those answers in our next discussions with our UDC committee, and there's some real estate agents that are on that board.
Didn't the state make some changes to how close the size of a home that can go into a lot? Didn't they make some type of change?
It's an NFPA fire code that says that you need to be 10 feet apart, minimum 10 feet.
Right. And the reason I referred this to the last time we saw this layout, all these variances and changes, it's because of the uniqueness of the roads, right? Because if it was a straight cookie cutter straight line, then everything would be a little smashed close together, and it'd be harder to justify some of the variances. Correct? Could you just touch on that?
That's correct, Councilman. I did see a layout where they're showing some of the homes and how they're going to be situated. And you're right, they are going to be close in some areas, but for the most part,
they spread out because of the curvature.
Right. Okay. Well, you've been helpful. I haven't really changed my mind, right? To be perfectly honest, right? The safety concern is still there. It's not being eliminated even by requiring different material. This is not something that we're looking to revise for the long term because there's really no need to do it. And so at this point, I don't think this is a variance that's worthy of being granted. If one, it's not the type of variance that we would apply generally in a UDC revision.
And Mayor, I want to say one thing. I did say it was unanimous vote at P&Z, but it was a 5-1 vote. I just looked at my notes.
Okay. 5-1 in favor of the variance, correct? So one person against the variance, and then 5 people for it.
Correct.
Okay.
One other question I have, just to validate the mayor's concerns. I guess this is for the developer and the home builders. Do the people that purchase these homes know that there was variances or closer, smaller lot sizes? I mean, obviously, nobody lives there, right, because this is in construction. But do they get alerted there was variances and they're a little closer to one another? Is that any part of your?
I'm not aware of that as a legal requirement, for example.
Hello, good evening all. I'm Jacob Garlick, representative of Roads Development on behalf of Roads and Esperanza Homes. Kind of like you all mentioned, no, there is no set forth, guidelines or whatever that we're putting out saying, hey, we applied for this variance, and this variance, but all these meetings are, I guess, public. And I guess if somebody was actively looking at the community, they could go back and look at some of these agendas or these things on what we did do. So I would say it's public, but I mean, we're not printing it out in our brochure, passing out to people, selling homes. So that is not the case. And I just would like to add a little bit of what he's saying. These setbacks are really for our overhangs. These overhangs on these areas that on these cove designs are in the pinch points. So what they are mentioning, most of these 6-foot setbacks, they're met by far on the majority of the lot line. It's really just the pinched corners that we've had some issues in other jurisdictions where overhangs into that setback were a problem, and we want to make sure those overhangs, fall within our setback line. That's really the request for that. And but no, 100% we do grant the fact that the safety concern on there is there, that there truly was a safety and we were having issues with these houses. I think that would be something that we would actively look forward to preventing. If you have any other questions for me directly, I guess I can answer more right now.
So this particular issue that you have with the overhangs, right, getting into setbacks, it's been issues in other cities. Is this just like a common design that you use in subdivision?
It was them just trying to maximize, I think, the use of their footprint, and really overhangs into these areas was kind of, they were using it as the building footprint. These overhangs into these areas was kind of acting against that in the stance of that is the area that would be closest to the next house. So we're trying to fall within that footprint. And meet that minimum 10 feet between each house, since that is kind of what the building spec was they said over there. That's kind of why we push for the 10 feet. It's really because of that side, not necessarily because we're trying to impose on local ordinances.
So then what's the issue with just making it a little bit smaller? Right. I mean, I can see it from your perspective. You're like, a foot's not that big of a deal. Just give us the foot. Well, my perspective is the same thing. It's just a foot, man. Reduce your house by a foot.
In the fire and the 30-mile-an-hour wind, I don't think it's going to matter either way. But no, 100% on future phases forward, if this is going to be a strong stance on the city, absolutely, we were going to replan for that. It is a little unfortunate how we have it set up right now in this current development, because it's all been designed kind of off of what was approved during phase 1, which is all these models and everything set off the footprints that we have right now. And by losing that foot on both sides, it would be kind of catastrophic for I guess trying to redo these basically reland planning these remainder 2 phases to fit that.
Okay. It would just be more expensive to have to redesign it. Correct.
And at the end of the day, most of this stuff that we're trying to do on these curved designs is to try to reduce pipe lengths, reduce paving, and try to get a more affordable product for the customers.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I understand, right, and I get the business venture angle of it all, right, but for me, right, it's the safety aspect that's most important,
Absolutely.
Not necessarily the profit, right, of the company doing the designing.
Sure thing. Appreciate it.
Any other questions or discussion? All right, there's a motion to approve in a second. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed? Motion passes. Item B.
Consider variance request to the City's Unified Development Code, Article 3, Section 3.102, Lot and Design Standards, Table 3.102-1, Single-Family Detached Lots and Building Standards for Residential Primary RP District, Side Yard Setbacks for Sapphire at La Siena Phase 3 Subdivision, as requested by Meldon and Hunt.
All right, is there a motion on this item?
Motion approved. Second.
Motion to approve in a second. Any discussion? Is this the same request?
Different phase of the subdivision, Mayor, but they're they're
It's the same request, but applying to the third phase, right? We
phase
just
three,
handled the
correct.
second phase. This is now the third.
That's
The
correct.
first one had already been previously approved, right, by a different city council?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, all of my comments and discussion points still apply. Any other questions or discussion? All right. All those in favor of the motion, raise your right hand. All those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to the next item, item 10A. Secretary, can you read the caption?
Yes, sir, Mayor. Consider approval of the Edinburg Economic Development Corporation Board of Directors sponsorship of Fiesta Edinburg Music Festival in the amount of $20,000 as requested by the Edinburg Chamber of Commerce.
Move to approve.
Second.
All right. Motion approved and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to item 11, which is the consent agenda. I will entertain a motion to approve items A through L.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to item 12, any future items requested by the council? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to item 13, executive session. Can I get a motion to enter executive session?
So move. Second.
Motion and a second. Any objection to the motion? Hearing none, we are entering executive session. Time now is 6:55 p.m.
Item A, consultation with city attorney. Item B, consultation with city attorney regarding personal matters. Item C, discussion of possible action regarding the conveyance, exchange, or lease of real property. Number 1, Sugar Road Detention Project. Number 2, Workforce Resource Center. Item D, discussion of duties, responsibilities, remuneration, and possible action regarding appointment of the city attorney. Item E, discussion of possible action regarding economic development matters.
Time now is 8:05 p.m. We are exiting executive session. Can I get a motion to come back into the open?
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any objection to the motion? Hearing none, we are back in open session. Having gone through the discussion, there is an item where we do need action, and that is item D, regarding the city attorney. So just a quick announcement. We heard the news that Ms. Josie Ramirez, our current city attorney, will be going on to for the county as a deputy county administrator. And so congratulations on that new position. We're very excited for you. We hate to be losing you. We really wish you could stay, but I know this is an opportunity for you. So we want to say thank you very much for your service to the city and everything that you've done for us.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Ma'am, congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And so we are lucky, however, to have a very great deputy city attorney that the city council has a lot of confidence in. And so as a result of that, at this time, I will entertain a motion to appoint Ben Alonso as interim city attorney to be effective April 3rd, which I understand is our current city attorney's final day, and to authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Ben Alonso to serve as interim city attorney effective April 3rd.
So moved. Second.
Discussion.
Motion and a second. Discussion.
Thank you for all your hard work, Ben. Thank you for willing to take this on. You've seen the workload and you're willing to do it. Thank you very much for your sacrifice and all your hard work.
Absolutely. All right. So motion and a second. Any objection to the motion? Hearing no objection, the motion is passed. All right. Congratulations, Ben. Looking forward to working with you.
Congrats.
All right. Any other items requiring city council action at this time?
Not at this time, Mayor. Thank you.
All right. Okay. So there being no other business required and all business being completed on the agenda, this meeting is adjourned.